Muskoka card collector here today. It's time to bring you another TTM video. And so today's first player that I bring you was born February 18th, 1980. 6 foot 6 inches tall, weighing 245 pounds. Played for Dynamo Moscow, Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Rangers, Atlantic Thrashers, Winnipeg Jets. So the player I'm talking about is none other than Nick Antropov. So I've got him there in a Leafs uni. In a Winnipeg Jets uni. I didn't have him in a Leafs uni, although that's where I remember him from the most. I have met Nick Antropov, and his son has actually played on the same team as Muskoka Jr., as they're both 13-year-old born hockey players. When joining the Leafs, Pat Quinn put him on a line with Joe Newendike and Alex Ponikarovsky, and they named them the Skyline just because of their heights. So Nick Antropov played a total of 788 games in the NHL, registering 193 goals and 272 assists for a total of 465 points. The next player was born November 5th, 1971, 5 foot 10 inches, 194 pounds, played left wing, and he played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Phoenix Coyotes, Montreal Canadiens, Chicago Blackhawks, Washington Capitals, before finishing off his career in Moscow. So who I'm talking about is Sergei Berezin. Right there, you got him in a Leafs and Montreal Canadiens jersey. He was drafted 256th overall by the Leafs in the 1994 entry draft. He retired, like I said, back in Moscow. And while playing in the NHL, he played a total of 502 games, registering 160 goals, 126 assists for 286 total points. Moving on to the next one. The next player was born April 15th, 1947 in Arthabaska, Quebec, 5 foot 11 inches tall, 183 pounds, left wing, played for the Boston Bruins between 1967 and 1982. So who am I talking about? I am talking about Don Marcotte. So we'll put Don Marcotte up there. He was noted as a premier defensive forward. In 1970, he won a cup with the Bruins, and he would get a second Stanley Cup with the Bruins in 1972. He reached the finals in 74, 77, and 78, but was unable to win a Stanley Cup. He was always noted for his defense and penalty killing, and he led the NHL with shorthanded goals in 1971. He played 868 games, scoring 230 goals, 254 assists for 484 points, and he added 317 penalty minutes. His 21 shorthanded goals during the regular season ranks him fourth in Bruins history behind Brad Marchand, Rick Middleton, and Derek Sanderson. Next TTM. Next TTM is a goalie. Born September 19th, 1961 in Waterloo, Ontario, 5 foot 8, which is quite short nowadays, and 150 pounds. Played for the Minnesota North Stars, Washington Capitals, Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs. If you haven't guessed it, it is none other than Don Beaupre. So I got a nice Topps card there. That's another Topps card, and then we've got a couple Bowmans, which I seem to, he's the type of player that always follows you around. When I'm ripping open cards, it's like one after another. I've gotten so many Don Beaupres, I figured I would send out and get him to TTM. So he was drafted in 37th overall in 1980 by the Minnesota North Stars. He started his career in the OHL, playing for the Sudbury Wolves. And while he was playing there between 1979 and 1980, he won 28 games and was named the league's first All-Star. He is currently the owner of an aerial lift equipment company in Minneapolis. And while playing in the NHL, he played 667 games, registering 268 wins, 277 losses, and 75 ties. The next gentleman is an intriguing character. He was born December 7th, 1976 in Montreal, Quebec, 6 foot 3, 280 pounds, right wing. Played for the Edmonton Oilers, Phoenix Coyotes, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Montreal Canadiens. He was drafted 31st overall by the Edmonton Oilers. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about George Laraque. So you guys probably remember him as a tough guy. But what you probably don't know is that he actually became the deputy leader of the Green Party of Canada. So, very well-spoken individual. He currently acts as a Canadian sports commentator and politician as well. I think he did. I remember hearing that during COVID he was put in the hospital for a while because he does suffer from asthma and struggled. But the other key thing is his parents immigrated from Haiti, and he was born in Montreal, but he gravitated to hockey and became a hockey player. Okay, so there's a few good ones. Oh, let me talk about his stats. So he played 695 games, scoring 53 goals, 100 assists for 153 points. And unfortunately, I don't have the amount of penalty minutes that he has. Next one is another hockey player. This player was born May 18th, 1960, 6'1", 210 pounds. Played for the Vancouver Canucks, Colorado Rockies, New Jersey Devils, Minnesota North Stars, Quebec Nordiques, Detroit Red Wings, Winnipeg Jets, Boston Bruins, Calgary Flames, and is a noted Aeroplan member. He was drafted 26th overall in 1979 by the Vancouver Canucks, and he has the record of being the most traded player in NHL history, which has since been tied by Mike Sillinger. So, who am I talking about? I'm talking about... I only have one or two. Oh, I do have two cards of this. Oh. I'm talking about Brent Ashton. So, let me put him up. Running out of spots here. Maybe I can just put him in like that. There we go. Ashton grew up playing in Saskatoon for the Saskatoon Blades, and following a 119-point season, was selected in the second round. Following his career, he returned to Saskatoon, where he operates a sportswear company. And in the NHL, he was just shy of 1,000 games, playing 998 games, scoring 284 goals, 345 assists for 629 points. Now, folks, we're going to be moving back to baseball. This particular player was a first baseman, born August 5th, 1968 in Seattle, Washington. Batted left, threw left. His major league debut was in 1989 for the Toronto Blue Jays. His batting average was 295, 2,239 hits, 255 home runs for a total of 1,230 RBIs. Here we are, one of my favorite players, John Olerud. So you got him there in the Seattle Mariners, and you got him in the Jays uni. So we'll put him over there, although it's not really visible. We'll put him up there. So he played for the Jays, the Mets, Mariners, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. He was voted a two-time All-Star in 93 and 2001. 2 World Series, both of the Jays, a 3-time Gold Glover, and then an AL League batting champion in 1993. Moving on to the next TTM. So we're sticking with baseball on this one. This particular player was born August 11th, 1955 in Marietta, Georgia. Bats right, throws right. His major league debut was in 1981 for the Montreal Expos. And he played for the Expos, the St. Louis Cardinals, Colorado Rockies. Had a win-loss record of 108 and 94. ERA of 3.53 and strikeouts of 1,028. So I've got a few of his cards here. So we're talking about Bryn Smith. Love seeing those TTMs in the Expos unis. Sent him 6 cards. Actually, I don't think I sent him 6 cards. I think he sent me extras, to be honest with you. I didn't write down how many I sent him, but I don't think I had that Don Ross ever. So awesome, Bryn. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sending all those TTMs is just fantastic. I'll see if I can't share some of those with other people in the hobby. And the other thing to note with Bryn is he was the first winning pitcher in Colorado Rockies history, where he defeated Montreal 11-4, April 9th, 1993. He's also the oldest living former Rockies player. And we've got 3 more to go. Next one. Oops. Back here. Grab the envelope. Next one is hockey. This player was born June 10th, 1962 in Viking, Alberta, 6 foot, 188 pounds, played center and shot right. Played for the New York Islanders and Chicago Blackhawks, drafted 17th overall in 1980 by the New York Islanders. What are we talking about? We're talking about Brent Sutter. Then you got 3 cards, all with the New York Islanders. Brent played over 1,000 games for the Islanders and Chicago Blackhawks. He's regarded as one of the best face-off specialists in his generation, and he won the Stanley Cup twice with the Islanders. After retiring, he bought the Red Deer Rebels of the Western Hockey League and served as the team's head coach and general manager for 8 seasons, where he won the Memorial Cup in 2001. He also coached the Canadian junior team to gold medals in 2005 and 2006 at the World Junior Hockey Championships, and he was the winner of the 2007 Super Series. So he is, of course, one of the 6 brothers that played in the famous Sutter family, including Brian, Daryl, Dwayne, Ron, and Rich. So, and 2 more to go. Oh, sorry, should mention that he played a total of 1,111 games, 363 goals, 466 assists, for a total of 829 points. And now we're moving back to baseball. So this particular player is an outfielder and infielder at times, born July 10th, 1951, in Connellsville, Pennsylvania. And he made his major league debut in 1975 for the Baltimore Orioles. So who are we talking about, folks? We are talking about Bob Baylor. You got him there in a Jays uni. He played for Baltimore, the Blue Jays, the Mets, and the Dodgers. And he was best known for being a player first selected by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 1976 Major League Expansion Draft. All right, we're going to have to put Mr. Baylor up here at the front, since I am running out of room. And last but not least, another player that to some degree became famous for one reason in particular. He's born July 20th, 1968, 6'1", 200 pounds, played for the Los Angeles Kings, Edmonton Oilers, Detroit Red Wings, Vancouver Canucks, Hartford Whalers, and then finished off his career in Lausanne. Drafted 2nd overall in 1986 by the Los Angeles Kings. So who am I speaking about? I'm speaking about Jimmy Carson. So you got him there in the Hartford Whalers, Detroit Red Wings, and Edmonton Oilers jersey. So, of course, what is he famous for? Well, one of the things he is famous for is being involved in the blockbuster trade, which involved Wayne Gretzky, where him and Martin Jelena and 3 first-round draft choices, plus cash, went to the Edmonton Oilers for Wayne Gretzky, Marty McSorley, and Mike Krushelnyski. He played in the 1989 All-Star Game, named to the NHL All-Rookie Team in 1987, played a total of 626 games, 275 assists, 626 games, 275 goals, 286 assists for a total of 561 points. So I'll just hold that there. Hopefully you enjoyed this bevy of baseball and hockey TTMs, and I hope to have a few more in the near future as those returns come in. So please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time.